Welcome to Two Balls and a Mic, episode 19. This week, Drew Brees fucked up in one of the weirdest character arcs we will ever see. The fallout from the Brees flag comments. And did Roger Goodell watch Two Balls and a Mic last week?
Did he?
No. But did he help or hurt with his comments about the flag and everything going on? Also, I kicked your ass again in the poll. Hopkins versus Thomas. Go over the results of that a little bit. In Champions League is coming back. Is it going to come back around the same time as the other leagues in the world? And I trained under Chuck Norris, karate. Apparently Chiva didn't know. We'll go over that a little bit because of the Bruce Lee documentary. And still in madrazos, the UFC results, Conor retires, and also a new segment, What the Headlines.
Wow, a lot to go over today. I'm excited.
Wow. Qué barato. But yeah, I mean,
Drew Brees, man. God damn.
I mean, first of all, we had a lot of videos last week. Like a lot.
Yeah.
We had John Barbon, to the tail end. So catch that if you haven't seen it. John Barbon interview. We also had Cesar Hernandez. Cesar was fantastic.
Fucking dope guy, man. Love him.
I'll talk a little bit what he went over. I feel like a bad soccer fan too a little bit because of not watching the Bundesliga, but I feel okay because he also feels like a bad fan.
Oh, it's like you said, we don't really have a team in that league, so it's kind of like what am I watching this for? It was exciting for the first 2 weeks, but right now you're like, okay, ya la ganó Bayern, ya que wey.
I mean, it was so long. Apparently, I need a water break 2 minutes in. But yeah, and then we also released a reaction video to the first SD Loyal home game, which was like 5 years ago. We were there in the back, right where the first goal was scored by Las Vegas Lights, and kind of go over that a little bit. If you guys want us to react, let us know to other things. Había otra cosa. What else hicimos? I mean, that's it. And then we have the hats. The hats came in.
Get your merch.
Get some hats. We have literally less than 5 left. Thank you for those who have already purchased some. We've delivered some. Got some stickers out there. Shout out to Tom Phillips on Twitter. First purchase of the hat and delivery.
Nice.
And he also got some stickers on there. And but yeah, thank you for the support, everybody. And hopefully we can get some more in. I know shirts. People have been asking shirts or sweaters. We're going to get to that, hopefully.
And we're also hoping to have a few more interviews coming this week.
Yeah. And, one last thing. Shout out to Mike Mercuriali.
Creator Kate?
No. From Prime Sports for the hats for the hookup.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely going to order some more, too.
No, definitely. They're awesome. So, yeah.
I mean, fuck,
Drew Brees. ¿Qué pedo, güey?
I mean, okay. What's his one? Kellerman?
Max. Well, okay. Let's.
He made a good comment.
Yeah.
That Drew Brees had mentioned this before already.
Yeah. Well, for those who haven't, if you've been living under a rock, the thing about our show is that we do it every week. Usually, something like this takes weeks and debates, but no, this Drew Brees situation went from 0 to 100 immediately, and then 0 from 1,000 like right after.
Yeah.
But it all started with these comments on Yahoo Finance, which I didn't know was a thing. I don't know what Drew Brees is doing on Yahoo Finance. I guess he owns some stock and stuff, and they got.
Wow, if he's doing interviews with them, maybe we have a shot.
We should hit him up. Yeah. Oh,
hey, Drew Brees, would you like to
clear up some of your comments? I don't think he's going to talk to the media like that anytime soon, especially not with us. But here's what he said on Yahoo Finance that got him into hot water. If it plays.
Well, I will never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America or our country. Let me just tell you what I see or what I feel when the national anthem is played and when I look at the flag of the United States. I envision my 2 grandfathers.
So, I mean, he invokes his 2 grandfathers that were in the military, and thank you for their service, and deserves all the respect.
Talk about white, man.
But that comment right there just lit everything on fire. I've never seen anything like it where somebody's own teammates just go after you, and rightly so.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We're in a situation right now where you got to be really careful with the words you say. Especially because right now the Black Lives Matter movement is bigger than ever, even than it was when Kaepernick was starting protesting. Because you see it everywhere now. All companies are putting that in order to support the movement. Now, Drew Brees fucked up by saying anyone that disrespects the flag, blah, blah, blah. You can't say that in moments like this.
Yeah.
Like he said it back when Kaepernick did the same, was taking a knee. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't that big of a deal, I guess, because people weren't ready. But now it is a big deal.
Definitely.
And the thing is, dude, I had family. Like, I get it. Your family served in the military. My grandparents' brothers served, fought in World War II. My grandpa served in the military. My dad's a veteran as well. Mm-hmm. Yet, we realize we're not blinded by the whole, it's America. No. The flag, yes, is there. The national anthem is there. But you still have the right to protest. That's the whole point of this thing. Your rights. That's the great thing about America. Mm-hmm. The rights that they give us, which honestly, most of Europe has too.
Well, here's the thing: they don't give us anything. You're born with. These are your birthrights, and if you want to get into the nitty gritty of that, that's a little bit more of a political discussion. But it's true. I mean, it's 100% true.
Yeah,
and
I'm just heading to the point where, like, you have the right to protest, especially in a moment like this.
Yeah, definitely.
And the thing is, people say, "Oh, I have the right to protest your protest." No, you don't. That's just being racist.
Well, no, you're allowed to. You're allowed to protest.
In this matter, I feel like that makes you a racist.
And and again, that's your opinion. And
of course,
again, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But this particular thing in sports matter. Usually, I thought we were gonna have our episode just delayed because of the Blackout Tuesday, and we've done donations here and there, and just things that we can do. But I thought that was gonna be the end of it as far as like directly talking about things that don't relate to sports. And then Drew Brees comes over and does this, and the hate, not necessarily hate, I won't say it, because it was more like the disappointment in people came from everywhere, and just all from. I didn't expect Michael Thomas and his teammates to come out so strongly, so quickly after against what he said, which is good. That's exactly what you need in a situation like this if you really need change. So he went from doing this and metiendo la pata terribly, like the worst way you can. Mm-hmm. And I know, Malcolm Jenkins, even, who hasn't played a single snap since returning over to the Saints, who's a teammate and the captain and a vocal leader in the locker room, just to have an emotional video that came out just saying like, hey man, like what you're doing is just, you're missing the point. And that's the thing, like he's one of the quote unquote good guys in the NFL. When I think Drew Brees, like I don't think of, anything really necessarily negative. You don't see him in the headlines for the right or wrong reasons. He lives here in San Diego in Del Mar. So, of course, tiene lana, like he's an NFL legend. And I think this is going to cost him too in the future unless he keeps doing what he did eventually, because he apologized right the day after he came out and said, "I'm sorry." But it wasn't enough.
He said that after talking to his teammates, he kind of realized the point. But the thing is, it shouldn't take people explaining that to you,
Well, here's the thing: it shouldn't, but it is, and that's what you have to do in this case. And from what it seems like at this point, because again, he did this initial thing, then he apologized and made it worse. And then after, he did another apology and reached out and did an apology video. Even so much as to go after Trump and directly, have a message for him, which was responded to, and again that kind of goes beyond necessarily the sports settings. But I mean, do you think at the end of the day that locker room is gonna 100% be behind Brees? Now seeing after, and then well, I want to play in a bit a clip that happened this morning from Shannon Sharp, who called for him to retire because of this. So
you know what sucks?
Yeah.
Kaepernick, by saying something in a way of a protest, he got out of a job.
Yeah.
Brees saying something just as strong, but on the other side, he's still gonna keep his job.
Yeah, and he's gonna keep his job, and it's those things like in any situation where you're trying to get change in such a way, it's unfortunate and it sucks, and it doesn't. But you're gonna need the other side. In any type of like maybe women's movement. Unfortunately, women, would try to do, get their equal pay, get their rights as they have, and hopefully they'll get there soon, sooner than later, because it's still not even. But it takes men to say like, all right, well, I guess we'll change it. Unfortunately, just like in this situation, it's going to take not just black people of color, because we have been asking for this. We have been saying it. It's going to take white America and people taking the steps necessary, maybe because they don't understand, to take the time and actually work into trying to understand.
Yeah, absolutely right.
So Shannon Sharp, asked for his retirement after his initial comments. I guess over the weekend he spoke with Brees. Brees sought out to call him and say, "Hey, like I need to talk to you." Let's see if we can get a little bit of what they said. They talked about
in the community. And he says, I don't want one bad mistake. I don't want one slip up to ruin everything that I built. I said, Drew, what you have to understand is that for 1 second, we didn't want you to be Drew Brees. We wanted you to be one of us. We wanted you to feel if that was your brother, if that was your uncle, if that was your father. You're still a married father. You're still a doting dad. But for 1 second, you were black. How would you feel? And he said, and I said, Drew, when you said, fought for the military, you do understand that not only were they fighting in a foreign land for freedoms over there, they were also fighting for freedoms back home. Like the freedom and the pride that you feel when you stand for that flag. Everybody does not feel that same sense of pride because they haven't been afforded some of the same opportunities that you and your ancestors have been afforded.
True. 100%. And if you want to check out that that full discussion, I'll play a little bit more that I feel is a little important too that they talked about. But it's true. One of the things that I loved was Ernie Johnson from TNT basketball. The only white guy on that panel was Shaq and Charles and Kenny the Jet Smith.
He's a real one though. He's
a real one, man. And he directed a statement to Drew Brees initially, and saying, you can use the flag for pretty much anything. Like you can use it to protest, you can use it as a symbol of pride, but you can't use it as a blindfold in times like these to ignore what the things are. And so strong words, and across the board, I feel Drew Brees is a good guy. I heard also an interview with Nick Hardwick, who hopefully soon might join us as a guest.
That'd be dope.
But he was the reason Nick Hardwick had a career is because he was inspired by Drew Brees and what he did at Purdue, and he went and walked on to Purdue and later became his center here in San Diego. So I mean, there's that connection. They're friends in real life. I don't think he's a bad guy, and Drew Brees hasn't struck me as a bad guy with bad intentions, and I genuinely feel like he understands and sees himself like, oh, like I did something wrong. Now what am I going to do to try to build it and fix it? And so, I mean, do you, I guess, forgive Drew Brees? Do you? I mean, yeah, that's
the thing is, I feel like he strongly feels that way. The apology, yes, you can make an apology, but your feelings remain the same. You know, and to me, after you say something like that, to me, it makes me look at you as a different way, and I can't change that. You know,
yeah.
Especially a player with the platform that he has.
Yeah,
because what he says is just, sadly, is just gonna make other Caucasian people feel really strongly about those comments and say, "Oh, it's the flag. We gotta respect it." Blah blah blah. And especially in times like this.
Let me see what you say after you hear a little bit more of Shannon.
He says, I understand that. He says, talking to a lot of my teammates and see the hurt that they felt. I said, Drew, let me break it down to you in a nutshell. What hurt the most is because it came from you. I said, Drew, no white quarterback in the history of the NFL has had black support like you got it. I said, we don't need to get in the different quarterback. I say, but other quarterbacks could have said exactly what you said, and everybody would have been upset. But they said, you know what? I expected that from him. I expected nothing less. But given you in New Orleans what you've done in the community with Katrina, donating $5 million out of your pocket during this pandemic to feed the homeless, the hungry. And Drew said, I said, Drew, why do you think your teammates lashed out like that? Because they couldn't believe.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I feel. And again, they'll go into a little bit more into what him, Drew Brees, can do actively, and it's true. Like I've never thought of that, and I don't think I have the ability to put myself in that position to where like I realize that Drew Brees is one of the white quarterbacks that has the most African American support, and it makes sense. Katrina relief efforts after, not even that. Honestly, in the most that you can do as a sports personality is bring a championship to your city, and after what New Orleans went to bring that prestige over and just built that city up from where it was, and it's true. Like people don't talk about that. Like why haven't we talked about in the 20 minutes that we've talked about Drew Brees, 15 minutes we've talked about Drew Brees, once mentioned that it's true that he has been actively part of the black community, that he has been doing that. Why? Because this is obviously a mistake that he made. Shannon goes on to say that he himself believes that, apologies can be accepted and moving on, actions do speak louder than words. But it's just a mess, man. Like it's crazy at times that little comment on Yahoo Finance, like who was watching that? Like who was watching that recording? Like I can't imagine.
What blew my mind was this news lady from Fox,
Laura Ingraham. Yes,
there you go. When Kaepernick took a knee, she talked all this shit.
She was talking about LeBron,
and when LeBron and like other people said something about politics, like shut up and dribble. That's so fucked up. That's so racist. But when Drew Brees said this, she's like, well, he has the right to express his opinion. He has the right to say what he feels.
Did you also see that she said that you can't dribble a football? She didn't say that.
Okay. Well, I was like, what? But the fact that she said that, bro, I'm like, dude.
Yeah, and I mean, again, that's in going into a larger issue and hopefully a larger issue that these protests.
But it's an issue that plays out in sports all the time, and and it sucks is we don't talk about it all the time.
Yeah, and well, here's the thing, we do, but people don't listen all the time. So I think this time is a time of just that listening. And
like, how many times have you seen soccer players do their protests because of racist comments? All the time, dude, especially
if you go to Italy, which I was thinking about this in prepping for the show. I was just thinking like, oh, it's Eddie Ass coming back and all this.
Remember that posters they did?
The post
with the monkeys?
I mean, yeah, and that's commonplace over there, and that's a thing that they have to live with, unfortunately. Like, how does a megastar like Romelu Lukaku have to deal with racism at the core every single day from your own supporters, from your own city? Like, again, it's a different city, but it's something that happens everywhere, honestly. And to be frank, our culture isn't so good at that either.
Oh, no.
I mean,
no.
we have to recognize that, that's part of, it's just ingrained into what it is to be Mexican sometimes. And maybe not everybody, because obviously not everybody, but how many times, I mean, I know people who are just nicknamed black. El negro.
No, Mexican culture is definitely really racist. El chino ese.
Yeah, and
it's super fucked up.
Yeah, and ideally you want to deal with any type of negative aspects of racism in all facets of life. But I think these conversations are a step into the right direction. Mm-hmm. However, then you have other sides like Roger Goodell and the NFL.
Oh, God, idiots.
Last week, we went into, we went pretty deep we dug into Goodell's statement, him saying that, it's just, we stand with you, and this is the statement, and we're going to do as more as possible, and sure, all right, great. Like, no, but great. Then, again, after this whole Drew Brees thing came up and over, he then later came out with a statement of his own, which also got, a response from the goddamn president. It's just ridiculous. I don't care who's in there. If it's, if Obama was tweeting at the NFL, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, come on. But it's one of those things where I get the sentiment, but you can't do half measures. You were almost there with Goodell. You were almost there, NFL. I was about to give you all the praise. Like, yeah, good job. You're working. You're saying it.
You gotta apologize to Kaepernick.
You have to mention him.
You have to.
You have to say his name.
You can't say, previous players. No, you have to say his name because he's the one that started it, and he's the one that's been right. So the fact that you're not saying his name, to me, shows that you haven't learned shit.
Not only that you haven't learned shit, in that statement, there are things that I think they started with saying we were wrong. When has the NFL ever said that? I'll give them props.
Step in the right direction.
It's a step in the right direction. Sure. But with the platform, with the resources you have, with the amount of diversity in your league, without colored people in your league,
there's no
you'd
league.
be rugby.
Yeah,
it
wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work, and I'm saying you would be rugby in the fact that here in America we don't watch rugby.
Yeah.
But
I think I'd be watching baseball if there was no football.
Fuck, dude. Nobody's watching baseball this year. I don't know. I mean, I was gonna put it on here, and
I love it.
So fuck you. There's no baseball. It's gonna happen. They're not getting it done. I'll put it to you this way. Sidetrack. 75% of your salary is gonna get paid. Right, for 50% of the games.
Hell no.
And the players. Well, no.
Are they still getting paid if there's no league?
No, I don't think so.
Wow.
I mean, it's going to be a strike pretty much. Way, right? But I mean,
I've seen those baseball contracts.
Yeah, those baseball contracts. I mean, but not everybody gets paid that type of money. But
lucky those who do.
I'd love to talk baseball and educate him on baseball, but there's no baseball.
Now it's a more serious topic.
Well, not even that. It's just
Goodell.
Literally no goddamn baseball happening. Anyway, LeBron, Jesus Christ, Goodell. I don't know how I got LeBron from Goodell, but yeah. They did say we were wrong. We were this. Great, you can admit it. But again, you have to say and mention Kaepernick. And I, whenever this did go down, I always knew, kind of in the back of my mind, like if they go through it and blacklist Kaepernick, they're gonna blacklist him long enough for him to have lost the step. Because obviously you need to have NFL reps. You need to be in there, or else you're just not going to come in. Yeah, exactly. He did try out. There were tryouts last year, I guess, and that's NFL related.
He did like three workouts with 3 different teams.
But again, if I'm looking at it, and there's teams that are not signing Cam Newton. He's not involved with this, but Cam Newton, talent wise, Kaepernick, sure, a good backup cornerback. But then you go and turn around and sign not Josh McCown. What did I say? God bless Josh McCown for his try at getting the Eagles to the playoffs last year. ¿Cómo se llama? Mike Glennon. Mike Glennon. Jesus Christ. Then I think there's a spot for Kaepernick. Imagine like somebody like Kaepernick. Let's say he's still as good or a little, whatever, with the Chargers. Like how many? I think you would fill up that stadium if you have Kaepernick. It wouldn't happen. It would not happen.
New stadium too.
Unless Tyrod Taylor gets injured. Herbert gets in there. He's way too young. Oh, we need to sign somebody. Cam Newton's already with the Patriots somehow. Bring in Kaepernick.
Yep.
But again, they need to put the money where the mouth is, and not just money. You can't just throw money at this issue. You have to be active in your community, and let the players that have something to say, give them the platform to have something to say.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's something that we can honestly talk about for hours, but I feel like we do gotta move on.
Yeah.
Especially with this Thomas versus Hopkins whole situation.
You know what?
You destroyed me on the thing. I'll take the L.
Yet again.
I'll take the L. Now let me make my statement.
Yet again. I don't think you've won a single one of those.
I understand. Here's you guys need to know me. I like an underdog in whatever it is.
Okay.
And sometimes I am the underdog. In this debate, obviously Hopkins is a talented receiver. The reason I'd go with Thomas, and I've said it, I think he's a better route runner. Mm-hmm. He has really good hands, just as good as Hopkins. I'll take him because he's younger too. You can give him a bigger contract. I'll take that.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there because we weren't talking about like longevity in the next year or 2 years.
Yes, I'll still take Thomas
because he's younger, not because the other guy has more experience and still in his prime. But okay, sorry.
I'll still take Thomas.
You know, it's going to be hilarious when we do this fantasy league and you end up with Hopkins and I end up with Thomas on my team.
That'd be funny.
We're gonna do a fantasy.
I can't wait for that. Oh my god.
10 people. I've talked with some people about this. 10 people, because more than 10 people, if you're losing, you lose interest, and then you're going to keep players with you. Mm-hmm. 10 players, $20 buy-in, just something super cheap, super fun, super lax.
When it gets a hat too, something like that.
Yeah, definitely. If we still have hats at that time, because they're selling out. Get yours right now.
Maybe by that time we'll have hoodies or something. It gets kind of cold by NFL season.
It does. And I mean, looking like we are going to have an NFL season. But
think about it though. Okay.
Yes.
Next season, who do you think will give you more fantasy points? Thomas or Hopkins?
So Drew Brees is going to say something and is going to piss everybody off in the locker room week 1 and lose the locker room. And Michael Thomas is going to just swat down passes to him.
Now, do you think Kyler Murray has what it takes?
Kyler Murray has a cannon.
He does. And, I mean, that Cardinals team is looking dangerous.
And, I mean, who does Thomas going to... He's going to play against... that's the Tampa Bay twice, who don't have a bad defense.
You don't have Drew Brees anymore.
Throw Jameis Winston in there.
Yeah, Jameis Winston, but you still got the other dude.
Yeah, he's not going to play.
I mean, Taysom Hill is not.
Taysom Hill. If Drew Brees goes down, Taysom Hill is not going to be the starting quarterback. It'll be Jameis Winston, and I'll bet whatever you want right now.
Jameis 100%. Winston still throws a lot of touchdowns.
And he fixes his eyes.
But he does a lot of picks too. That's cool. I'm not going to have Jameis Winston as my quarterback. I'm having Michael Thomas as my receiver. And you see, Jameis Winston in Tampa Bay, he had 2 targets.
Okay.
Over here, pretty much just has Thomas to throw to.
Dump pass over to Kamara.
No, of course, yeah. Yeah, Kamara too.
Who did Tampa Bay have to dump off to? Ronald Jones? He wasn't that good.
Yeah, but you still got 2 top receivers.
Yeah, because Jameis Winston made him top 2 receivers, and Fitzpatrick.
Exactly.
If Fitzpatrick,
imagine what he can do with Thomas.
Imagine what Tom Brady's going to do. I can't wait for that.
Oh,
and in all this, I'm pretty sure Tom Brady and Bruce Arians were just Birdman hand rubbing into
do a
training.
fantasy mock draft soon.
Yeah, when the time rolls out, I'm down for that.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'll take that. Oh, Hopkins won big time in the poll, and I can see why. Of course, he's probably the best receiver in the league. Pretty much is. But Michael Thomas is not far behind.
Not far behind. Again, it's a win-win situation if you were to choose and have one. Just a good debate to have, and themselves were chirping at each other on Twitter and ESPN, and so that was fun. Good. I like it when there is that like competition and I'm better than you. Michael Thomas has had a couple scuffles. Who was it? Devontae Parker.
Video before of Hopkins that it was a Cardinals coach. I was like, hey man, come here. Yeah, I just want to tell you, you're the best receiver in the game. He's like, I know.
Yeah, straight up. That was last season. Straight up.
Yeah.
But NFL's coming back. Anything, not coming back. They're on track. But what is coming back is a lot of soccer around the world. So
yay!
So
I'm so happy, dude.
Across the world, across the board, we have leagues coming back. Last week we had talking locals, loyal locals,
USL's coming back.
The USL's coming back, has announced a tentative date of July 11th for games to resume. Hopefully, and this is where you guys come in, because we've talked about this, and hopefully we get allowed to be in, because we're still technically media, and we want to have live streams for you guys, and then have the GoPro there, and then react live to the goals and stuff.
We'll be the only fans in the stadium.
Because we are fans, and you guys are fans too, and we want to bring you in, because not everybody's loud. But if we can go in there, we'll go ahead and San Diego, and we'll do it. We'll have this. We'll wait. We'll do everything.
And if we're not, we'll probably set up.
If we're not, I'm already like reconning right now as far as possible places to set up outside and listen to the game. But hopefully we're allowed inside as
really
media.
Hope so.
But anyway, that's USL's coming back. We have La Liga coming back this week, and so. And
who do you think's gonna take it, Madrid or Barca?
Look, this is how much we're like breeze past for the past 3 weeks. Bundesliga has been back. This is like week 2 or 3. It's still pretty fresh. It's still the only thing happening. But yet, when it comes to soccer, we're opening with, this is coming back. This is coming back. It kind of tells you like how invested we are in Bundesliga. But I mean,
you didn't answer my question.
What was the question?
Who do you think is going to take it, Madrid or Barcelona?
Barcelona. Barcelona's stacked.
I have a friend that leaves. Yeah, I know. I have a friend. He wants to make a bet with anyone. $200 that Madrid takes it. I don't know if I should take that.
Okay, I thought you were like openly asking people. Like, I'm like, I do not condone. We didn't speak about this.
No. I don't know if I should take that bet against my friend.
Hey, anybody out there is hit up his friend. $200, and he says Madrid is going to take it.
Yeah.
$200 is pretty good. Well, I mean, I before I knew this, I said Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think? If I asked you, what would you have responded?
I don't know, man. I think Madrid's gonna take it.
You really think Madrid's gonna take it?
I really do.
Why do you think Madrid's gonna take it?
I think they have a younger core,
okay.
Which makes them stay more fit. I think Suarez is gonna come back. He's not gonna be fit the way he needs to be. I don't think like players like Busquets or anything are gonna be like up to speed. And then over here, you got younger players in Madrid that are probably like they're easier. It's easier for them to get back in shape.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. Sure, it's easier for them to get back into shape, but you just had all your older quote unquote players that are, have much more experience in this time and usually are on fumes in this level of the tournament who had 3 months rest.
That's true. That's another way of looking at it.
So just like you say, están frescos todos. I mean, you don't know exactly how. I mean, we saw Bundesliga a little bit, and you know,
it was rusty.
If you look at the teams that have played against the Bayern, that have played against Borussia, like you see the difference level more than any time. Like usually you watch Bundesliga, it's Bayern 5-0 or 5 or 7-2 or whatever it is. But I think right now it's just a different, like it's men against children.
So I mean, we have La Liga coming back, we have Serie A is coming back. Premier League is gonna come back,
and so we're talking like coming back like now. Like so, for this first game coming back is gonna be on Thursday, the 11th, at 1 p.m. San Diego time, Pacific time. Sevilla, Real Betis. Usually, okay. Before this, like what did you usually digest soccer wise? Like what Liga MX, Premier League.
What did I watch? Okay, Liga MX always, Chivas always. When there's like games like América del Sur, también me los quemo. Premier League always. Mm-hmm. Even though I had that boycott for Manchester United, I would still watch other Premier League games. And then La Liga, when there's a big game, like when I see when I'm wake up, because sometimes the games are at 9-10 in the morning on Sundays. So like if I catch one of those games, I'm like, all right, cool, I'll watch it. Most other times it's highlights from other teams.
So like in 2-3 weeks time, I mean, how many matches are left?
They have I think 11, 10.
Okay,
we talked about it the other day.
So in let's say week 3, are we really gonna still be thirsting for live sports so much that we're gonna sit down and on the 21st of June watch? And I'm gonna be generous with this, Atlético Madrid Valladolid or Real Madrid Real Sociedad. Are you gonna watch those?
Depends
do
on the time. Depends on the time.
Let's say it's at an accessible time.
Yeah,
you're gonna watch them,
of course.
So why haven't we been watching? I'll put myself in there. Why haven't we been watching Bundesliga at that accessible time?
I mean, I watched Dortmund and Bayern games.
That's just too. It's like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna watch the Real Madrid Barcelona games." Like, is that the only ones you're watching? If you are watching,
no. Like, I'll watch Madrid play anyone.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I usually watch
exactly
the big
what
games.
I just said. Like, if you just watch Madrid and Barcelona,
Atletico.
Okay, 3, sure.
And sometimes I do like to watch other teams that have Mexican players in it.
Okay, so I love doing that. So you watch more La Liga than Bundesliga on a regular basis?
Yes, because there's a lot of Mexican players in the Liga. Especially like Real Betis, I like tuning in to see if Lainez is playing because he's a young Mexican star. Mm-hmm. Which I'm hoping he makes it big. I hate that he's from America, but he's a really talented player. So sometimes I do watching Betis. Lately, before the MLS got canceled, I was watching MLS games. Really? I was watching Inter Miami to see Pizarro play, and LAFC to see Bella play.
That makes sense.
Like that first game, that was their first game of the season, and I watched the whole game.
It's crazy that Chicharito's been here for 3 months, but he's only played 1 game.
It's
or 2
insane.
games. Yeah.
It's insane.
That's crazy.
So the thing is, I'm not even that interested in Galaxy to see Chicharito because I like seeing up and coming players. I like seeing what Mexico's gonna have for the next World Cup.
Yeah.
So I like watching that, taking mental notes, obviously. Like Chicharito, ya pasó. Yeah, sad, but it's ya pasó.
He has one more.
He has one more, pero va a ser como el pinche Guille Franco en 2010.
And Bofo.
El Bofo.
Yeah.
Like, dude, no mames. Estás empezando el Guille Franco when you have Chicharito, up and coming, talented fucking player, getting just signed to Man U, y empiezas al pinche Guille Franco. By the way, Tony shaved, guys.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything.
Tony shaved. He looks good, huh, guys?
No.
Ladies? Nah, I'm just kidding. He's taken.
He's not.
I'm not.
Men.
Oh, shit. No.
So Barcelona is from first place.
It's insane that Atletico's in sixth.
So Atletico is in sixth place. And in front of them is Getafe, Sociedad, two teams that usually aren't there. Usually have like a Valencia and Madrid before any one of those.
Can I just say this real quick? I think Atletico is so happy that the league is back. Because if they would have ended like this, they would have been shit out of luck in Champions League next year.
Yeah. And so...
then to imagine a Champions League without Atletico Madrid...
I can.
Dude, like they're always a playoff team.
Yeah, definitely.
They're always a round 16 quarterfinals. They've gotten to semifinals. They got into the finals before.
So, I'm really not sure how they got into this pickle. I'm probably going to get caught up when I watch the live games. But again, you have 58 points in first place, Barcelona, 56 points, just 2 points behind. Both have 27 games played. It's anybody's race, but again, who knows? At this point,
classic Barca Madrid chase.
Yeah, classic Barca Madrid chase, but I think Barcelona has just the depth to go the distance.
Yeah, they do.
And here's the thing, because it's starting, if there is, say, whatever, 11, 9 games, however the games there may be, it may bleed into the Champions League, because the Champions League...
It's going to be one game only.
It is going to be one game only, but it's still an extra game. It's still traveling. It's still all of that. Champions League has announced that it's looking to come back somewhere around August 8th and abandoned the traditional 2-leg game format for the quarterfinals. It's reported by AS.
So the games that are still have to be played, because there's some teams that are qualified to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is the teams that still need to play, they're only going to play one game, right?
Yes. And
that's insane.
I'm always a fan, honestly, if it's like past. I like raising the stakes. I like one game and that's it, one and done, because you can have crazy ass wild games.
Yeah, like they're gonna finish the. I was reading that they're gonna finish the second leg games, and then after that it'll just be one game.
Yeah,
quarterfinals, semifinals.
Yeah,
finals always one game.
And I'd love for I
like that it's one game.
Round of 16s be one game, just elimination, just like the Community COVID Shield. Which congratulations, Danny, you took it, and you have, that's all you.
I like that. What was I going to say?
I have no idea what you were going to say. Actually,
I lost my train
cool.
of thought. No, but I really like that because, and I would hope they could bring back Golden Goal. That's what I was going to say. An extra time.
Yes.
Imagine this would be the perfect tournament for that. This is obviously not in the final. Fuck. No, it conflicts. It'd have to be in the final too. Golden Goal.
Yeah, you have to.
And dude, how badass would that be if we see a Martial type goal that we saw in Community Coach Shield in the final of the Champions League by Cristiano Ronaldo or someone like that to win it?
Honestly, here's the thing with that.
Fuck, imagine. Oh my god.
Here's the thing with that. You know what's gonna happen. You know why I got excited, but then I realized, got slapped with reality. You know, all that excitement, all that. Just imagine that amazing goal.
No fans.
No. There's fans. Everybody's there. Sure, whatever. Somehow there's a couple thousand fans, socially distanced. It's a party. It's great.
Yeah.
It's 119th minute. Almost going to go to penalties.
Up to it.
Okay, here we go. And then, boom, it's 120th minute. There's no time, extra time, corner, whatever. Here comes a cross, header, boom, goal. Whoever, Chelsea wins it. Chelsea wins it against Manchester United. VAR.
Hey, make it fair. Make it fair.
I would.
That happened to Manchester City.
I would.
That happened to Manchester City, and Guardiola said, "You know what? It wasn't a goal. Fuck it."
Sure, but then when you have, again, I just built it up on this whole golden goal premise. Like that would be amazing.
Oh my god! And especially if it's a Chelsea. Just to see those fans crush.
Should have said Manchester United.
Oh my goodness! That would be VAR helps Manchester United. I love it. It's helped them. It's helped Man U more than it has hurt us.
Definitely. Before this happened, you guys got one.
I mean, the good example in this was Man U PSG last year in Champions League. Yeah. We got the last minute penalty thanks to the good old VAR.
Fuck VAR.
I love it. But imagine that would be pretty badass if they had golden goal.
Yeah, no, I love golden goal. But But again, if it was goal to goal, I need that element of like something's gonna happen.
Yeah, so I mean, it's great that all these sports are coming back. Soccer's all these things are coming back. We'll keep you guys updated to see what our look is with SD Loyal.
Yeah, definitely. And we're actually gonna hopefully have a couple of interviews coming up now, talking because we've been talking with the players that we have been just like, hey, you know, what's life been, your career, but like we can now start actively talking like, hey, what are you looking for? How are you preparing? What are you doing? And hopefully I didn't just give things to people that can steal and use in their interviews. It's all good.
True.
There's enough.
I mean, it's all good.
Definitely.
You know what else is coming back though?
Okay.
NBA.
Hold on. Without reading, I already know. Yeah. But yeah.
It is great that the NBA is coming back. It is coming back with a 22 game team format.
So
22 teams were invited.
Yeah.
It's crazy that it's 13 Western Conference teams though.
True. This from Adrian Wojnarowski. Woj. NBA is inviting 22 teams to Orlando, and 13, like you said, Western Conference, 9 Eastern Conference, 8 regular season games per team. Play for the 8th seeds July 31st to October 12th. And the NBA is back. Everybody was on board. And it's
going to be 8 games, right?
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be in Orlando and all that's happening.
Disney World.
So let's see. Like these teams are going to be from the Western Conference. We'll go from bottom up. You have the Phoenix Suns, San Antonio Spurs, Sacramento Kings. You got the Pelicans. You got the Trailblazers. You got the Grizzlies. You got the Mavs. You got the Rockets. Who watch out for the Rockets in this type of tournament. Like watch out. The Thunder. You got the Jazz. Been playing great. Denver's also been playing great. And then you have the recently put together. You have Paul George, who came back in the halfway through the season, a team that hasn't been completed up until when everything went to shit. Like they had barely came together. Second place, LA Clippers, who otherwise would be in first place if they had everybody, like the Lakers do, who are in first place. And over in the Eastern Conference, you have the Wizards, Magic, Nets, the 76ers, Pacers, the Heat, Celtics, who are pretty good too, Raptors with no Kawhi anymore, and the fan favorites in the East, the Milwaukee Bucks.
All right, out of the West, who do you want in? Who do you want out?
I want Lakers out.
They can't. They're pretty much in already.
Yeah.
So are the Clippers.
So I mean, yeah, it's going to come down to in the West. It's going to come down to the Clippers and the Lakers. I can see surprise teams coming in with the Rockets. Like I said, they do have Harden, and if it is, I see this like a.
I don't want Thunder there. I'm surprised that they're 5th seed.
Yeah, I mean. They're surprisingly there.
Because I like Damian Lillard. I want Damian Lillard in there. I also want the Grizzlies because I want Morant in the playoffs. His rookie season. Dallas Mavericks. Obviously, you have Luka Doncic, who's a freaking beast.
Yeah,
who's a freaking beast. He's probably a future MVP player.
Yeah.
And I mean,
he was having an MVP all season. He was in the conversation.
I mean, you got him along with the unicorn.
Porzingis. Definitely.
But I would also like to see New Orleans Pelicans there as probably the youngest NBA team. Zion, his first season there. I'm a huge fan of the Ball brothers.
Really?
I'm a huge fan.
Really?
Oh, I love him, bro.
You like his dad?
I love it.
Really?
Oh, my God. You didn't know this?
No.
I'm a huge LeBar fan.
Ew.
Like, he fucked up.
Yeah.
But, he's a smart man.
He is.
And the love that he has for his kids, you can't deny that, man.
I guess.
So Lonzo could be one of the best point guards in the future in the league.
Well, here's the thing. Pelicans are pretty much the Clippers 2.0 because they shipped everybody over when they got Anthony Davis. So they have something to prove.
Mixed between Clippers and Lakers because they gave Ingram, Lonzo, and Josh Hart as well.
And arrested Zion Williams, who's still in his rookie year. So that's still like who knows?
But that gave him time to like ease up on the knee.
Yeah.
I hope he lost a little bit because they did say that he was a little too heavy. That's why he kept hurting his knee every time he landed.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's an all-star. Obviously, he's a beast.
Definitely.
I think the champion's gonna come out of the West.
You think the champ's going to come out of the West?
Yeah. So I mean, on the East,
Yeah.
you got the Bucks, you got Giannis. Other than that, the Celtics are dangerous.
Celtics are dangerous. They have a
Jason
pretty good
Tatum
team.
and Jaylen Brown are nasty, bro. They're good. They're a great duo, and they're young. But is it enough to beat LeBron and Anthony Davis or Kawhi and Paul George?
No. I mean, it's not.
Or James Harden and Westbrook?
If I can have my way, it would be a Clippers versus Lakers like championship game. Because
that'll probably be the Western.
Yeah, no, definitely.
The Western Conference game.
Well, here's the thing: how is that even going to work? Because there's more on one side than there is the other.
What do you mean?
So are they going to get mixed up?
Who?
The teams?
What are you talking about?
Like a Champions League pool?
No, it goes 8 versus 1, 7 versus 2, 6 versus 3, 5 versus 4.
And so it's going to be easier.
So the thing with the East, the reason why there's 9 teams in the Eastern Conference is because 10th place and bottom had no chance of making playoffs anymore.
That's bullshit. That's right.
Because their record was so low.
Yeah.
Well, the Wizards still have a chance to catch up to Orlando or Brooklyn or anything like that.
But see, that's if they're gonna have to play like let's just say the Phoenix Suns.
Is it 8 against 1 or right?
I mean, it has to.
It's 3-2-1.
But does that mean
finals,
say the Phoenix Suns have to? But see, that's that's a odd matchup. You can't have 2 and 2 here because it's 13.
What are you talking about?
So okay, let's think of a matchup.
Okay.
So you have 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, 5 versus 6.
I mean,
so
they still haven't
forth.
released the schedule. I think once we see the schedule, it'll make more sense.
True. Kind of jumping the gun on that.
Because I mean, to be fair, it's not our forte.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's rankings and it's 8 games. It can't be that complicated.
Yeah.
I think once they release the schedule, it'll make a lot of sense, and we'll be like,
that's what they meant.
Pendejo. You know?
But
I'm excited. I'm excited to see basketball back again, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Honestly,
I don't know if you saw there was a Korean baseball team that put a bunch of stuffed
animals.
Yeah.
I saw that.
So I mean, if you could do that with like Mickey Mouse's,
that'd be hilarious.
It's gonna be good optics wise.
Yeah.
So in sticking with still NBA, kind of in good news, I guess in this world of protests and everything that we went over. Jordan brand. Jordan,
dude, what a great thing they did.
Holy shit. $100 million.
I think it was over the course of like a couple of years.
Yeah, so over the course of a year, it's still a good commitment. Today they're announcing that Michael Jordan, the Jordan brand, whenever they did this release, not today, will be donating $100 million over the next 10 years to organizations dedicated to ensuring racial equality, social justice, and a greater access to education. Fantastic, amazing, great.
Love it.
Again, that's something that you want. That I've always liked about the NBA, and it's so true. The fact that they're usually at the forefront of social equality and being part of the culture and being the culture itself. And, they're that area and sports wise, I have the utmost respect. Even Adam Silver, he fucks up sometimes, but I think if I can put Adam Silver in the NFL or
if you compare him with Goodell, I think he's a way better commissioner.
Hell yeah.
10 times better.
Hell yeah. And I mean, even then before Adam Silver, David Stern was great, especially when they said, no, you can't have Chris Paul to the Clippers, to the Lakers. And then he went to the Clippers. I love that.
Yeah.
But great. You love to see it. And then
you saw the Bruce Lee documentary, right?
Yeah. So that was fun.
It.
So you missed it.
How was it?
I was watching it, and honestly, it wasn't.
¿Te prendiste or no?
I mean, a little bit. When it did come to like the fighting and like the techniques and how he developed, it was a lot of like social justice, equality, Asian American stigmas, and I love seeing all that, but I kind of want a little bit more like.
Oh, you gotta watch the movies for that.
Well, I mean, yeah, definitely. You like Bruce Lee movies?
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite?
I don't know the names, but I've seen them. There's one where there's like a tournament,
Yes.
Chuck Norris comes out in it, I think.
Yes.
I love that one.
So, talking about Chuck Norris, I don't know if you actually said that on purpose to segue it. Okay, awesome. So I did say that Chuck Norris, I did do karate when I was 4, 6. Like, it was young. But I was a tank.
Did you like it? Did you do it willingly, or did your parents make you?
I wanted to do a sport, I think. Like,
this was before soccer?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Well, it was, because it was like 3, actually. Because I started playing soccer when I was 3-ish. Because I first of all...
Bro, I don't remember shit when I was 3.
I remember shit when I was an infant. I used to, like, eat my pañales.
Oh,
like not when it was dirty, like just like and like I used to bite on my cuna.
Con razón, Hambre desde morrito.
But yeah, no. So obviously part in TJ of Chun Kuk Do con el profesor maestro
What?
Javier. Chun Kuk Do.
Is that the dojo name?
That's his discipline name. That's the Chuck. And so Chuck Norris was the grandmaster of Chun Kuk Do, which is an American hybrid on like different type of karate.
Okay. A la verga.
Just
don't fuck with this dude.
Yeah, no. I pulled the muscle.
What belt did you get to?
Red with black, which is underneath. So it's white, then you go yellow with white with a white line with black. Then you move into blue with white, blue with black, and so and then it's green, red. And then I was pretty much 1 away from black.
No, because there's brown too, right?
No, but not in Chukuk though.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I was almost there. Again,
there's so many different types of martial arts.
So I actually met Chuck Norris once, and apparently you didn't know that I did karate. So one of the tournaments that I did was up in Hollywood, and they tore it down where the stadium is right now. It was the racetrack. I don't know if you knew Santa Anita racetrack. Mm-hmm. So there was a karate tournament there, and so I was the best in my division. Like I always fought above my age because I was and so I was always so anyway. So we didn't grow up having a lot of money. I specifically remember one of the greatest things. My dad asked to borrow money. I think, pretty sure, to rent a car so he can drive me up there from TJ because we didn't have money to take me there. So just keep that in mind, okay? So we go over there. It's the biggest tournament, and I can say things in English like hello. That's about it. And like anything beyond that, I can't. So there's things called katas, which are the things that you then you start doing kicks, the choreographed things.
Yeah, kind of like a warm up type of stuff.
No. Like that's your performance.
Oh, okay.
Like in front of judges.
Oh shit. Okay.
This and you start
like
ha ha. So I did that, and I was gonna participate in that because I was good at it, but I was the best at like the actual fights and the points. So I'm starting doing the katas, and so what you have to do is you have to go up, present yourself. Hello, my name is this and this. My sensei is Javier Hernandez. Not Javier Hernandez. Javier whatever. Forget his last name. Javier Solis. Grandmaster Javier Solis. And I'm gonna do kata number 1. Cool, and then you just start. So, great, fantastic. I went up there. It was my turn. Did this, and just started. The best performance you could have seen.
But it didn't count.
It was amazing. It was the best.
Didn't count, huh?
And then I started it's over. I went over to my parents and my dad and my sensei, and they were like, "Wow, Tony, it was amazing. It was the best thing. Wow, it was the best one you've done. Why didn't you present yourself? Because it doesn't count."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, perdón, es que
no sabía, no hablo inglés.
Es que ellos hablan inglés y pues no me iban a entender.
Aww.
So I had So I
Fucking
would have
dumbass.
Fuck off. So I would have won first place had I just presented myself.
So you believe?
No, I would have won 100%. On that panel was Chuck Norris. He was one of the judges.
Wow.
And
you made a fool out of yourself in front of Chuck Norris.
And so
you only didn't just meet him. You fucked up in front of Chuck Norris.
I did, and then I was in waiting.
He probably thought, look at this little dumbass Mexican kid.
You know what? Yeah, if you look at some of the things he aligns with politically, he might actually say that. Walker, Texas Ranger. But here's the thing. And then I was disappointed, but I was like, I'm going to kick ass in the things. I'm going to get my trophy, first place in the fights.
Get your ass beat.
Nope. We were walking around, so it's karate. You walk barefoot, and there was people practicing chopping blocks and glass. I stepped on glass.
Oh my God.
And my dad, I remember he picked me up, took me to the bathroom, washed it out, and they were like, yeah, you're not going to be able to fight. I felt so bad. I still feel bad. But it's a great memory, and thank you, Dad. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and...
Not even Jaden Smith, bro. Jaden Smith came back with a broken leg, and you couldn't even come back from stepping on glass? Are you kidding me?
Wait,
are you kidding me?
Deep in... How old was Jaden Smith when he did that?
Like 10?
Yeah, exactly. Half more than half my time, double my age. So,
cry, baby, bro.
Anyway,
what is that?
We're gonna go ahead and end it today with a segment, new segment, and this segment is called "What the Headlines."
What the headlines?
So, pretty much, what's gonna happen here is there's just so many weird headlines happening around the world, sports wise, and so yeah, stupid shit, pretty much. So I'll go ahead and start. This guy in LA, a local man in LA. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. They have a team called LA Galaxy.
Yeah, heard about that team.
You heard about it? So they have released a player, unfortunately, due to his wife being a complete racist asshole.
Gotta love it.
On
gotta love it.
Social media. Alexander Katai and his wife, I guess, released a statement saying that this is not our family, this is not who we are, and we as a family are very ashamed of this.
Yeah, right.
But pretty much, it was said that LA Galaxy midfielder was released on Friday, 2 days after his team became aware of an inflammatory message posted on social media and belonging to his wife. Taya Katai posts had been taken down, and they're one of them. Do you know what they were? Did you see what they were?
No, I didn't. Just
one of them said, "Black Nikes matter," and it's a picture of a black lady coming out, stumbling, looting, clearly.
Oh my God.
And yeah, unfortunate.
I mean,
very.
You gotta learn to be careful what you put in social media, people.
See you, vato.
And don't be racist. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck's wrong with you?
What else you got?
Again, they are Serbian, from where Matic is, and different culture, but still, say no to racism.
No matter where you're from.
And also, for a weird headline, we have NBA stars asking for fights with YouTube sensations. You know who Nate Robinson was?
Me suena.
So Nate Robinson was that super short guy, played on the Knicks, that couldn't dunk crazy. Yeah, dunked over Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
So they're asking him, why do they have beef with Jake Paul? And cool, perfect. Thank you, internet, that I paid extra money for.
You good.
I'm just tired of people always calling out.
What are you tired of?
You know, it's like a bully. You're just calling out people that you know you can beat. So call out somebody that I'm not going for the bullshit. So I'm with all the smoke. I'm a top tier athlete. You beat me will probably be the biggest accomplishment for your boxing career.
So the person who he's addressing in that is actually Jake Paul, famous YouTuber Jake Paul,
who recently became a professional boxer.
A professional boxer, lost won against the I don't know if you keep up with this Asong Gibb.
Yeah,
I know exactly. I follow these guys. I actually like KSI. KSI, who's actually a really good friend of Jimmy Conrad. Jimmy Conrad, who's actually a really good friend of the podcast, who sent me the shirt, super soft, super stickers.
I mean, I'd love to see that fight.
Me too.
Probably. Watch Jake Paul get his ass beat.
Definitely. What was yours? What you got? I told you to get
is Jake from backup quarterback of the Bills, part of the elite. Which elite?
The elite, all elite wrestling?
No.
Oh.
He made a comment saying that only the elite whites should own guns. And
no.
Which kind of, it's a little worry. It's a little, you got to worry a little bit with this guy.
Oh, no, try to say worrisome. Go for it.
Worrisome.
There you go.
I don't know if it was the right part to use it.
So it is worrisome. Tell us why. What happened?
Dude, like, first of all, Second Amendment applies to everyone.
Yes.
Second of all, a white person shouldn't make a comment like that, especially with the shootings that happen tend to be
or a black person.
Caucasian
That'd
people.
be weird. Or a Mexican. A Mexican saying only white.
But especially with the white person, dude, most of the shootings that happen in the U.S. happen to be white people.
Hey, man, most of the shootings also happen to be police against gang violence, and that also gets counted in there. But he still shouldn't be saying that. Yeah,
like, I apologize, but still, dude, that's what a stupid comment to make. Anyways, the other one was Sancho got fined for getting a haircut.
Sancho?
Player from Borussia Dortmund. He got fined for getting a haircut. Apparently, I guess they saw him getting a haircut with no face mask. And apparently it's a big no-no. And he got a ticket.
Wow.
Which is crazy because in Mexico, police are killing people for not wearing a face mask.
Yeah. Justicia por Gerardo. And there was another one. Yeah.
I know there was one in TJ too.
Yeah, just culeros, man.
So, I mean, if you didn't know, there's police brutality all around the world, not just in America, and people are fucking fed up with that shit.
Yeah. We're not gonna take it.
I know a few people that are cops, that are good cops.
Okay. I don't know where that was going, but okay.
No. So I know it's like the thing. You can't say all cops are bad cops.
We're not gonna take it.
But still, everyone's fucking fed up of this police brutality. But yeah, wear a face mask if you're gonna get a haircut.
Yeah, not even that. No, and then I think later on, like, he went to say that it was bullshit.
Wow.
And even then, I don't know if you saw this, but Emre Can said that he should grow up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bold statement from your teammate.
Bold statement from teammates.
Especially talking about the young talent in your team.
I desperately need a haircut, and I'm waiting. I was waiting for them to be like, yes, you can do this and this. That's the thing. You can do this and this, but then they were like, no, we can't do it yet. Yep, so I'm like, fuck it. Like, just take care of it. I hit
my barber soon too. Anyways, I think overall, I mean, forgot to mention Cristiano Ronaldo became the first soccer billionaire.
This was billionaire. I mean,
he did kind of get his own island to survive Corona.
And he did.
Yeah.
And now he's going to come back
I saw that his medical reports were insane coming back.
This fool has the body of a 18-year-old.
Straight up, man. I wish I could be him.
But anyway, I think we're going to go ahead and leave it there. Thank you guys for joining us. We have a couple hats left. Let us know. Hit us up. I'll deliver them to you guys. Thank you for subscribing, liking, watching our videos. We released that reaction video. We have interviews with Cesar on the John Barbon on the Pod Center over at Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Like, share, subscribe.
And thank you for watching the Community COVID Shield. We
got
a pretty good amount of views.
Honestly, we can do. We're trying to do other video games. Probably like an old Madden or something, but it was fun and people seem to enjoy it. If you guys want a sticker, let us know. Again, I could probably deliver a couple here in San Diego.
Perfect.
With that said, thank you guys for joining us. Catch you guys later.
Later, guys.